Geoff Schwartz, Giants offensive lineman with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team every Tuesday live at 5:15. We'll continue all the way through the NFL season. Right now, Schwartz, he's on vacation. And Schwartz, we'll get to that in a minute. Last week, you alluded to second-year offensive lineman Weston Richburg as a leader on the offensive line. Can you elaborate on how we should be confident that a second-year guy is already good enough to be a leader?
At the center position, you ideally want a leader. I mean, that's what you need from the center position. And it's just he's more comfortable there. He's commanding the offense. He's commanding the offensive line. And guys respect a guy who's confident, especially that position. Like you have to, in our offense at least, we require the center to do a lot. He stepped into that role with confidence. He doesn't take anything from anybody as far as, defensive linemen, linebackers. He just gets after it. So, I don't think a leader has to be a 10-year veteran. It's a guy who can step up and a guy you can rely on. Now, he's not a vocal leader, but not every leader is the yeller and screamer. But he does a good job so far, in the spring at least, and I have faith that he'll do it with pads come on, and I respect him as, what he's done. I'm in Phoenix right now. And I'll probably see him tonight for dinner. He's out here too. He's training with me. I train with him. You know what I mean? Right.
No disrespect to the players before, but an upgrade at center with him there?
Yes.
Why?
I just think he's going to be a very good football player. He's got all the tools to be excellent. He's very athletic. He's very smart. He's very tough. And he knows how to play football. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of talent but don't know how to play football, and it's hard to really put into words what that means. I see it every day because I'm on the field and I watch film, and he's a guy that's always looking to get better, and he has his factor. And if he stays healthy, he's going to be a really, really good player in this league for a long time.
Geoff, scale of 1 to 10. 10 means you're absolutely confident it'll happen. JPP, first day of mandatory camp.
7. It's a pretty big fine if you don't show up. I don't know if he's willing to do that. He seems to want to be part of the group. I have not seen him in the facility, but supposedly he was in the facility with the coaches, trying to learn the new defense. And I'm sure he's been working out with teammates. I've read articles or seen posts on social media with him with his teammates working out. Off, not on site, off the facility. But I think he'll be there. He doesn't seem to be contentious with the Giants at all. There's been no media leaks that he's unhappy. When you're a guy that doesn't really have a contract, he hasn't signed his tender yet, it's best you stay away from the facility. I'm not even sure he's allowed in to work out with us without having signed his franchise tag. So I think none of us are really worried that he won't be there, especially week 1.
Geoff, is it a big deal that he is there?
I think so. I don't know if it's a big deal, but now the spring is the spring. Now it's getting ready for the season. Training camp will be here soon, and it's important that we have everyone there. I don't think it's a make or break if he's not there, but I do think that at least the staff, and I haven't talked to any players, but I think he'll be there. If he's not there, then I'm sure he's he'll be getting ready in his own way, but I think he'll be there.
Giants offensive lineman Geoff Schwartz with Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team. And Geoff, your buddy and Giants punter Steve Weatherford had some harsh words about Chip Kelly and the Eagles.
And I've heard rumors that they're trying to get an extension done with Bradford. I'm like,
really?
Good luck with that.
How about having him play?
I'll tell you this.
First.
How about
Let
this?
me see what he does first.
Chip Kelly.
He's made a lot of money.
Chip Kelly
I know.
will absolutely.
For nothing. For doing nothing.
For doing nothing.
Chip Kelly will get himself in serious trouble if they work out an extension for that guy and then he ends up getting hurt.
Oh, no doubt.
He's done.
He'll be back coaching Oregon again.
Agreed.
You believe Chip Kelly's out if he extends Bradford's contract?
I have no idea. I know Steve kind of made headlines last week, and he does, ESPN radio and these sort of interviews on the side, and I think you're allowed to have an opinion, and I don't think that he's being malicious towards the Eagles. I think he would make that opinion about anyone if he felt that was, what he needed to say at that time. Steve's a great guy, and that's his opinion. I don't think it's bulletin board material. If that's what fires you up to play on Sundays, then that's good for you. But that's just more of a media creation of bulletin board material.
Seeing how Weatherford does march to a different beat than most people, is there any is there any fear that these guys at the Eagles may actually try to get that 15-yard and take him out, or are you more concerned about the guy trying to take him out?
More like the movies. I don't think anyone does that really, especially nowadays. With the climate of the NFL, if word ever got out that somebody put a hit on a player to take him out of a game, to injure him purposely, that player's career might be over. And I don't think people want to risk that. Plus, I don't think I've ever really, we pick and choose times to take shots on guys, but legal shots. We're not trying to end their careers. Because, listen, I know, my body, obviously, I've been through a lot of injuries. I know how it affects you, and you don't want to ever take someone's livelihood away from them. Now, you can get a shot on them without injuring them, and maybe that'll happen to Steve. I know that at certain times, that stuff gets planned to do in a game, but not in a way that hurts anybody. Trust me, I never want to see anyone get hurt. I think it's the worst thing. It makes my stomach sick when I see guys who can't play, because there's our livelihood. You want to be able to provide for your family, and you never want to take that away from somebody.
Geoff Schwartz, Giants offensive lineman with Armen and Levack every Tuesday at 5:15. This rivalry with the NFC division, with the Eagles, it's definitely spiced up a little bit in the media. Rivalries are fun for the fans. Is there a team that you as a player, you go out there and you just want to beat the living out of them?
Well, I want to win every weekend, but I grew up a Niners fan, so I have not liked the Cowboys my entire life, which means we can't be friends anymore.
Yeah, screw you.
So, yeah. So no, I think when you're in any division, and all teams I've played in, you want to beat your division opponents. Those are who you see twice a year. That's who you get compared to the most. Those guys you might see around different towns. If we go visit somewhere, you see these guys, and you want bragging rights. You want to say you beat them. And, rivalries do get heated, and I like them. Those games, they feel a little different. Sunday night, week 1 in Dallas, will feel different than if we played somewhere else on Sunday night. It's a rivalry that the fans are bitter, they hate each other, and I love playing games like that. The intensity gets wrapped up a little bit, especially like in week 1 when. It's a lot of intensity, but it's not like, not the atmosphere typically when you open up the season.
Geoff Schwartz, Giants offensive lineman. Hey, we had on newly named Hall of Famer wide receiver Tim Brown. We talked to him yesterday. We asked him if there's one wide receiver in the NFL right now that reminds him of him, and here's what he said.
Odell Beckham is probably a freakish type athlete, and probably not as fast as I was, but obviously had some incredible intangibles about him, and maybe some things I couldn't possibly do. I've never been able to pull off a 3-finger catch before.
Geoff, do you ever look at Odell Beckham Jr. and go, holy crap, this kid's a Hall of Famer?
I don't think so. I don't think in general he's too young to make that comparison. If he has 8 more seasons where he has 1,400 yards, then he'll be in the Hall of Fame. But I think that you can see guys with Hall of Fame talent, you can see guys, not just a wide receiver, but anywhere. You can see them coming as young guys, and you think, wow, they're very special. They're different than other guys. I don't know if you saw the video that actually, I think Weatherford posted of Odell throwing a softball the other night, or maybe it was a baseball. I don't think he plays baseball. He reared back and threw a strike down the middle of the plate. The guy is just a freak. He's just different than anyone else. And that's what sets apart, like, Pro Bowler guys to Hall of Fame guys, is they are just different, and you can't duplicate it. That's just what they are. They're just better athletes. They're better at doing everything else than the normal football player.
Geoff, Tim Brown went on to say that OBJ needs to normality. He needs to stay normal, not let it all go to his head and get crazy. How difficult is that to do when you're on the stage you guys are on?
Well, it's very difficult, but I think Odell, in general, I don't think it's going to affect him. But we're all a little weird. I don't think he needs to normalize. He just needs to be himself. And it is tough, when he has, he's been doing all this stuff. But listen, I saw him in OTAs when he did practice and he wasn't hurt, and he looked himself. He seems to be working just as hard. With obviously, he's had a lot of things to do this off season, and what you do in the off season. It's a little different than than the regular season, and I don't think we'll see him doing as much as he did this offseason. When September rolls around.
Geoff Schwartz, you went on vacation. I saw on Instagram, beautiful picture of you and your family. Are you rocking a six-pack?
No.
It looks like a six-pack.
It was probably the shadows.
But, I mean, are you going to get in trouble? You look like you're underweight.
Oh, I'm not underweight. Don't worry about me. I'm never underweight.
All right, then, Fatty.
Oh.
You were just on vacation in Hawaii with your family. How did it go with your nanny? You guys brought your nanny. How was vacation in Hawaii, dude?
Oh, my nanny. She didn't survive the trip.
What?
She didn't survive.
You killed the nanny?
She died?
No, she went home in the middle of it.
What happened?
I can't really explain. She just decided that the job wasn't to what she wanted, and she left.
What did you do to her, bro? What do you mean? Well, hang on. Had you ever used this nanny before?
Yeah, she's our nanny.
Then how did she not know that?
She just not like Hawaii?
This was the job. You guys went on a family vacation to Hawaii. She just left?
Yeah.
Is she still going to be your nanny now?
No.
Ooh, wow, that's intense. Can we do an entire 15 minutes just on this?
She just got up and left. Went to the airport and flew home.
Wow. Did she tell you?
She told us at the airport. She when she left, she's like, I need to go take a walk. And then she texted us and was like, I'm at the airport. I'm leaving.
No way.
Yeah.
And you paid for her trip to Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Did you pay for her plane ticket home or she paid for her plane ticket home?
No, she did.
So are you going to be her reference for future jobs?
No.
That's insane.
Great nanny if you stay in the lower 48. If you leave the lower 48, she's terrible.
It was. I've never experienced, and we really didn't even. We had a great time anyway. It was a great vacation. I needed it, mental break, and Hawaii is nice. I didn't think about football very much. I didn't do any interviews, and it was just a relaxing week. I've been rehabbing for 10 months essentially, so it was nice to not rehab and just enjoy myself.
And go out and show off the six-pack on the beach.
That's right, baby.
So it was what I needed.
Our buddy Geoff Schwartz, Giants offensive lineman. Man, I'm glad you had a great vacation, even without the nanny. That is insane. And at Geoff Schwartz, all over social media, and coming in 2042, GeoffSchwartz.com. So there you go. Schwartzy, good talking to you, man. Enjoy the rest of your trip in Phoenix.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.